Hello, responders and RMPs. Welcome to the 2025, even though we're a couple days early, version of the Hypotheticals. A lot has changed due to some requirements from Liberty Mutual and just some things that Health and Safety wanted to change up with it. So the hypos are a little different, and I'm going to go through this one in detail with you for the first time so that I can kind of answer some of those questions. So grab your decision tree and get ready to follow along. Oh, I'm going to go back one just real quick. And I'm going to point out, so hypo reports are here. This is a hyperlink. You can click on this, RMPs, and go and see who has completed them. And then this is a link to my YouTube page. So if you don't have it bookmarked already, if you don't subscribe to my YouTube page, every single week of Hypotheticals is going to be on my YouTube page, as well as RMP call recordings when we get those going again. We're still working on that, so look forward to it. All right, now let's move on. All right, there's a copy of our decision tree right there. So we're going to work through our decision tree and response sheets, reading every word out loud because it's good practice and it keeps our mind fresh. So a box with a poison 6 packing group 3 hazard label is leaking a small amount of liquid on a belt. Note, PG3 stands for packing group 3, not poison gas. There are no fumes that irritate the skin, eyes, or throat, no visible fumes, smoke, or irritating odors. Answer the questions below based on the scenario. What box did the decision tree lead us to? Well, let's go right back up here and look at our scenario, and let's read through our decision tree. So, revised October 2023 leaking package decision tree for designated responders, small package. Is the leaking package generating heat, smoke, visible fumes, vapors, irritating the skin or eyes in any way, or leaking too large of a quantity to absorb or neutralize with available supplies? No, it doesn't say anything about that. So, does the package have a diamond hazard label? We do, so we're going to move right on. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials prohibited in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4b, 1.4f, or 1.4g, blasting agent 1.5d, inhalation hazard 2 or inhalation hazard 6, poison gas 2, spontaneously combustible 4, poison 6, or toxic 6. Now this one is a yes, but if you remember this hypothetical from last year, and for those of you who are new, I'm still going to explain it. We always, when we end up in this first orange box and we're getting a yes, we want to go to page 16 of our book. Oh my goodness, I have a decision tree that doesn't have a page 16. Oh no, let's fix that. All right, so if your page 16 doesn't have this poster, go ask your mechanic. Your mechanic has the stickers for these that they put in the package cars. Ask him for a handful, just enough to fill out your decision tree. So what, like 4, 5 of them? Ask your mechanic and get some of these stickers. Otherwise, reach out. We can get them ordered in Coupa for you. So continuing on, as we see, so we have our poison 6s on this side. So we've got our poison 6, but if you look and we read this little box right here, it said prohibited unless PG3 appears on or next to the label. Looking at our scenario, we've got a PG3 right here. So this one is not prohibited. So we're going to continue on back to our response page. So we're going to be answering all no in this box and moving on to the next orange box. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.4c, 1.4d, 1.4e, 1.4s, or 1.6n, dangerous when wet 4, infectious substance 6, radioactive 7, white 1, or does the package contain spilled mercury? All no. Can you determine by any visible means, label, shipping records, etc., that the package contains a household product such as paint, personal care products, or common household chemicals? No. So that's going to end us up in our yellow box right here. And what does our yellow box tell us to do? Packaged and related spill must be handled by a UPS designated responder. Refer to the appropriate response sheet for hazard and PPE. Follow response action steps to clean up the spill. And I'm not going to read that last part because we don't have SCBA anymore. So anything that's irritating your eyes, your nose, or your throat, we're not going to touch it. We're not going to get anywhere near it. We're going to get that environmental coordinator on the phone. All right, so we're going to end up in a response sheet. And if we go to the last page, nope, it's not the last page, page 12. So page 12 matches that diamond hazard label that you've got on that box. All right. So we ended up in our yellow box. We're going to clean it up, and we are going to end up with our Poison 6 Packing Group 3 response sheet right there. Now, here's one of our new questions. What did the response sheet or containment sheet tell you to do? So one of these instructions is going to be on this response sheet, but we're going to have to read the response sheet to find out. So this is fantastic practice so that when you get a PG Packing Group 3, you actually know what to do, because you know what? You remember it from the hypothetical, or at least you kind of remember, like it's in there somewhere. So let's go ahead and read through our response sheet and see which one of these answers fits this damage. Hazards. Fire may produce irritating or poisonous gases, may be poison if it's inhaled, swallowed, or absorbed through the skin. Material may burn but will not ignite readily. The material may be toxic as well as flammable. PPE required, goggles, boots, apron, and gloves. Response action steps. Keep all sources of ignition away from the substance. Avoid any activity that will cause the material to become airborne. For solids, clean up a spilled solid material. No absorbent is required. For liquids, to avoid any potential reactions, use only Zepsorbent until all liquids are absorbed and the proper Zep consistency is met. Stir with a wooden stirring stick until mixture appears dry. Do not add any sodium bicarbonate to this material. So, hey, guess what? I remember seeing that one on here. So do not use any sodium bicarbonate on this damage. Place the absorbed material into a lined spill tray using a plastic shovel, a fiber broom, and or a plastic dustpan. Ensure all spill residue is removed from the spill location. Transport package to package service center for further processing. That's your DMP. Waste disposal and decontamination, UPS small package. Designated responder shall refer to the waste disposal flowchart for proper disposition of the package contents and contaminated packaging debris. Salvageable portion of any package with hazardous material shipping papers must be repacked in a salvage drum and returned to the shipper. All non-waste must be properly bagged and labeled before disposing of in the trash. Refer to the decontamination checklist after the response and disposal process is complete. Decontaminate any areas of the body or equipment that may have been exposed by utilizing the decontamination checklist. So that's our response sheet. Now we're going to click over here to our next slide. These are a little different as well. So first question, can you sign into the MFA page with your RAC FID and your token? I have very conveniently hyperlinked the MFA login site, and if not, watch this YouTube video. When you click right here, it's going to take you to this video on my YouTube page. That's going to help you kind of show you how to get through that MFA page. Maybe you're putting a username in wrong. Maybe you're mixing the numbers up. Give it a try. Watch it. See. Maybe you are doing it right, and you know what? If you're getting that access denied, go ahead and click it. Of course, my token is working. I really hope yours is as well. Next question. I verify that I can sign into ETT with the password generated on the MFA login site using my own RAC FID and token. Please type your name in the space provided below. If you cannot sign in with your own login, type the word no in the box below. So I can obviously get in. So I am going to type in my name here. Oh my goodness, it auto-fills it right there for me. Click on to our next page. Again, different question, but getting to the same basic thing. I know that I need to access the waste disposal flowchart electronically. It's not printed anymore electronically for every single leaker that I will dispose of. And I can get to it in the quick reference guide in ETT. If you can't, if you're going to answer no, read the rest of this, but I'm going to watch the YouTube video up here and learn how. So click right here. It's hyperlinked right here for you. Help on how to get to the waste disposal flow chart so that every single time we can do it correctly. Because ultimately that's what the purpose of these hypos is, to get you to remember, to refresh your mind so that we can respond correctly and compliantly. That's the most important part. We need to be EPA compliant. And guess who helped us write this book? The EPA did. So if you do it exactly by the book, you're doing it correctly. So we're going to click that yes, we can find that waste disposal flow chart. And you know what? Here it is. This one was updated last October of 2024. So which box on the waste disposal flow chart did the damage lead us to? Well, let's read through it. DMP waste disposal flow chart, spilled or leaking liquid or powder, or that's been surrendered to the DMP. Has it spilled outside of a vehicle except when inside of a facility? Did it enter a drain, or does it have reportable quantity listed on the shipping papers? No, none of that. Does the spilled product fall into one of these categories? Nicotine or other acute hazardous waste, biohazard or biomedical, pressurized cylinder, DEA-controlled substance, pharmaceutical, explosives? No, none of those. Are the contents verified as non via ETT? No, unfortunately they're not. Is the sum of the remaining liquids of the same product 3 gallons or more, or giving off a noxious odor, or hydrofluoric acid? No, it didn't say anything about that it was more than 3 gallons, or that, and it said that it had no visible fumes, anything like that. And it's not hydrofluoric acid. We're going to go with no. So we're going to follow the applicable DMP procedures listed in the Operator's Quick Reference Guide table of contents based on your facilitator status. All right, so we ended up in this green box. A lot of you will check this green box because you're not reading the whole question. You're not reading the whole answer, sorry. So we want to make sure we're checking this green box because we're going to follow the Quick Reference Guide based on our generator status. All right, next page. These are a little different. Again, this is information that Liberty Mutual is looking for. So what do you do with RCRA Clean containers? So what is a RCRA Clean container? That's the container, remember from your very initial training, a RCRA Clean container is a container that once held a potentially hazardous material, but we have emptied it. So there is less than 1 inch or less than 3% of the contents remaining. When we get a container to that stage, we can then throw that container into the garbage. And we can do that because of a government act that allows us to keep that container out of the hazardous waste stream. If you think about just how many buckets your center creates, and then times that by 124 centers in the Northern Plains, times 1,643 different centers in the entire United States, that's a lot of plastic containers that don't need to be in the hazardous waste stream because they're not hazardous. It's just plastic. So it can go into the trash can. So that's what a RCRA Clean container is. Essentially, it's an empty bottle, an empty jug, an empty carton, an empty box that we can throw into the garbage because it has less than 1 inch or less than 3% of its residue left in it. So we don't put them in the green bag. We throw them away. If you don't know what a RCRA Clean container is, even after I just explained it, this is going to link you right to that LMS training. You took it initially, you take it every year. Hopefully you're paying attention to it. You know what, but if it got past you, right here it is. Click right there on the hyperlink and learn. All right, what tool do we use that tells us how to dispose of hazardous material? What tool? not our decision tree, not our absorbent, not our boots. None of that's going to tell us how to dispose of it. You know what, though? The waste disposal flow chart is going to tell us. So that's the answer that I'm looking for here. Waste, oh my goodness, I don't even know where I'm typing. Waste disposal flow chart. That is the answer that I am looking for in that box. I will take anything that refers to this tool that we utilize. And I have completed my DOK for Responder or RMP this month. Well, have you? You might be new enough that you don't even know what a DOK is. Find someone who's worked for the company for about 5 or 6 years and go ask them what a DOK is. DOK stands for depth of knowledge. So how deep is your knowledge in being a responder or being an RMP? I can email these out to you if your center is not doing them on the regular. You and your responder should be completing these on the regular on a monthly basis, once a month. If they're not, talk to somebody about it. Talk to the health and safety supervisor at your building. Talk to the, the PT safety soup. Talk to your business manager if you're concerned about it. Why aren't we doing DOKs? We need to get these started. It's a refresher. It keeps your mind fresh. There's really nothing bad about a DOK other than it takes about 5 minutes. So send me an email. I'm going to say, yep, mine's already done. I have to be honest, I don't always get 100% on that DOK. That's why it's there, is for us to learn what we need to learn. What do I need to know? Maybe I need to go back and review those 8 yard safety rules. Maybe I need to go back and look at my JBA for being an RMP. What is my job description? What should I be doing? So that's what I'm asking for in those questions. All right, the hard part is done. Please, please, please make sure you are putting in your name and your correct ID number. I am from the Omaha division, and I finally did it. Monarch, there it is. That's one of my domiciled buildings. So there we are. We're all complete. We can click that arrow in the right-hand corner and call it a week. Please, 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 if you have questions on these new hypos, do not hesitate to reach out. I am traveling a lot, so please be patient with me, but I'm here to help you out. Please email me, text me. Please don't call me. I'm too busy for long phone calls. Text me or email me and we can get together. We'll do a Teams call or a phone call after the initial text or email. I'll talk to you guys later. I've gone super long. Have a great week. Peak is done. Thank goodness. Yay, we made it. We made it another year. Looking forward to 2025. Have a great day.